Hello, doll lovers. It's Ruby Red's World of Dolls, and welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that all is well, fantastic, and fabulous your way. Yes, guys, yes, your eyes aren't playing tricks on you. I have the Venus Williams Inspiring Women's doll, and I am so excited to have her. I purchased her from Amazon, and it was fast shipping, and I'm just so excited to have her. The Barbie's Inspiring Women series is one of my top favorite collections that I have ever collected with Barbie. I just love this collection, and to have this beautiful um, honor of Venus Williams having a Barbie is just awesome. Just awesome. So let's check out the packaging. She is a beautiful doll. I think they did a pretty good job with her likeness. I think she's beautiful. And this is the packaging. Her name here. Then you got on the side some of those powerful moves of hers on the tennis court. And then on the other side, you've got this Barbie Inspired Women, Venus Williams. And then you have the back here with her, little bit about her. Not a whole lot, just a little. Her famous quote, "You have to believe in yourself even when no one else does. That makes you a winner," right there. I mean, another powerful picture of her. I'm not gonna read that. If you guys want to know more about this awesome young lady, I will tell you to Google her. I'm just she and her sister are two amazing young ladies, and I just think this is awesome that she has a doll. So I'm not gonna run my mouth too much. I'm going to go ahead and unbox her because I'm very excited to get her out of the box. And like I said, I did purchase her from Amazon. She's available on Mattel Creations. She's available on Walmart. She's available on Amazon. I don't know if she's available on Target. I didn't check. But, she's widely available. And that's pretty darn awesome. I remember when I saw the sneak peek that we were getting her, I was just so thrilled and excited. So here is her packaging. I'm going to try not to destroy the box too much, but I do want to get her out of the box. She's not staying in the box. If at some point this doll goes on sale, I'm definitely going to get one to keep in the box to add to my little inbox collection of dolls that I have, But if not, she'll just be unboxed. So I'm trying to get her out of here I'm trying not to really ruin the box. She's not going to be, I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people on Instagram. Her head is, of course, I'm able, sorry guys, I'm having to get out of the shot, but I was able to pull her head from those tea ties and left the tea ties in the box and not in her head. That's always, whoops, there goes her cup. That's always the goal, to leave the tea ties in the packaging and not in the doll's scalp. That is so annoying to me when I have to try to push those tea ties in the doll's scalp because they got stuck in the doll's head. Alright, so I think that's it besides for the one that's stuck here. So she's not in here too bad. But she's a beautiful doll. I'm just so thrilled that they did a pretty decent job with her. I really am. We usually, when Mattel has to, they can do a good job. But it just seems like they only do it when they have to do it. They don't just do it. A lot of times, I think when the person is involved in the creation, I think we usually get, their best work. All right, come on. Guys, I have cut my thumb here on my right hand at the tip. I was opening a can yesterday, and it was like in the back of my mind I was going to do it. I got the can open, and I went to pull the lid off, and I don't know, but the can opener, I don't know, but it sliced my finger, and it's just so sore. It didn't bleed real bad. It's a dull cut, and I'm trying to do a lot. I'm just trying not to hit my finger, trying not to touch it any more than I have to, and that's what's causing this too. So everything's going pretty decent, I guess, with missing my thumb on my right hand because I can't use it like I want. I just don't want to hit that cut. All right, so we got everything off. So I think I did a pretty good job not damaging this too much. All right, so trying to get her tennis racket off. Let's get her doll stand. You know, they always, she's considered, I don't know what she's considered. She's considered the black label. That's what, and we got pretty good card stock with her. We got the good stuff. We got card stock and not paper. So here is her certificate of authenticity, and she is part of the black label. So we got that. And then we got this doll stand. Plastic white base. Plastic clear pole. I have so many of these stands. It is unbelievable. But, you know, having a stand is better than no stand. You know, even if it's not the best. Did I put it on here right? I usually try to put the waist clip on it first. Because, yeah, I put it on backwards, guys. Put it on backwards. Alright, so it's meant to be this way. Alright, so that's her doll stand. But before I put her on the stand, I want to give you guys a up-close view of that gorgeous face. I mean, isn't she gorgeous? They did a really good job of her. I wanted to, let's get this off. There's another darn sticky tie in her neck from this plastic piece to keep her visor on her head. Alright, so, oh, shucks, another T-tie. Alright, guys. Give me a moment. I usually don't do the unboxings on camera, but okay. Alright, so I've got the visor off. So because I've got it off, I'm going to leave it off to show you guys the doll's face. I think they did a good job. I was trying to look at the mold. So this is her mold because this is a 2025 head sculpt. And it is just gorgeous. I just love it. I just love. They did a really good job on her. And then she has these little, I don't know what kind of earrings they are, but they're kind of, they're like a little, clear little, I don't know what kind they're supposed to be, but let's see if they're removable. They are removable, which is pretty awesome. So then she has it, her hair pulled back in a big pony. And that's a piece that's not in the ponytail. Alright, so, and of course, you know it's going to have a little product in it. You know, they have to do that to keep the style. But, you know, I'm not going to be messing with her hair right now. I'm not going to mess with it right now. Alright, let's cut this off. This is holding her little necklace. Alright, girl. And you know, she is on a completely 100% made to move body. You know, she doesn't have partial made to move joints. She is a full made to move body. So that's awesome to get to. So real pretty. She's real pretty. I'm just checking out her joints and stuff. You guys know we're always going to get this on the legs. And on the darker skin tone dolls, it just seems to be more noticeable. Alright, so let's check out her attire. They had that held down with the double-sided tape. And of course, I'm going to be taking that off. I just used my thumb to do that. And boy, oh boy, that didn't feel too nice. Alright, so I'm pretty sure, is it on this leg too? Or was it just that leg? So it was just that leg. I guess they wanted to make sure in the packaging that it didn't roll up. But it's two pieces. It's two pieces. She's got the bottom. the shorts, and then the top. And the top velcros in the back. Okay. And let's see, velcro it back together. And then you've got the straps that are ribbon, and they're double strapped, and it's really well made. It's real nice, real nice. Price point on her was a little bit more than what we paid in the past. And then this is her wristband, you know, and it's detailed, as you can see. I hope you can see. It's really detailed. Her wristband to catch the sweat. Okay, and then she's wearing these traditional sneakers, trainers. You know, we've gotten these in a lot of different colors. I have a lot of these in white. You know, whenever we get dolls with sneakers, these are usually the ones that we get. But she is quite lovely. Let me get her on her stand. Alright, so her stand does go on pretty good. Sometimes the stands don't want to go around the doll's waist, but the waist clip went on pretty well. And then she's got this plastic visor. Supposed to have stitching detail there in it. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. And I'm hoping that the visor will stay on, even though I have taken... Oh, it does. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's get our tennis racket out of here. Are you guys going to add this beautiful doll to your collection? I've seen quite a few collectors on Instagram share their photos of her arrival. And like I said, some of them have redressed her and restyled her and made her a character in their miniverse. Alright, so here is her tennis racket. Pretty nicely detailed. The ball seems to be sticking to the rack, and I'm not going to rack it, and I'm not going to take it off because I don't know, whatever it is, I'm not taking it off. You got the purple there in the handle, and it's made pretty well. You know, I'm really pleased with this doll. I am really excited to be adding Miss Venus Williams to my Inspiring Women's collection. You know, I've got most of the dolls, I think. I know I don't have every single one of them, but I think at some point I have acquired most of them. I think there's another piece of that double-sided tape here because it just feels funny. It is. Because oh, Lord, my finger. Yep, let me get that off. I don't want that on there. But I know why they put it there. They put it there to keep her shorts. Her bottoms from sliding up and moving around on her. Right. Again, when you're trying to do something with a sore finger. Yeah. Let's see if these hands of mine don't drop enough. They drop enough things when my thumbs are working 100%. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so I think I've got all the double-sided tape off. And here she is. She's ready to go play a couple of rounds. She is indeed very pleased with this doll. I'm so excited. I am so glad to be adding her to my collection. You know, I've got all these new beautiful dolls, these beautiful chocolate divas that have entered my miniverse, and I'm just so excited, so excited to be adding them. I really am. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing and review of Miss Venus Williams. I can't wait to hear from you guys in the comments. I want to know who's getting her. I know some of you responded to me on Instagram that you had ordered her and you were waiting for her to arrive. I didn't show you guys her little necklace. There's her little necklace. Of course, it's plastic. And I'm pretty sure that necklace has some meaning to it because they added it to, She is wearing that. She is wearing it here. So that necklace has meaning. Okay. Alright, guys. That concludes this video. I just wanted to drop in this Sunday evening before I call it a night and share my new addition with you guys. I'm just so excited. On a scale from 1 to 10, I give her a 10. You know, I think Mattel did a pretty good job with her. I really do. She came in her shipper, so I didn't have to worry about her being damaged. I was really happy about that. I like it when they send them in the shipper. Yep, I like that. All right, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram. We are Ruby Red's World of Dolls there. Continue being awesome, fantastic, and fabulous. And I will see you awesome, amazing people in my next video.